Parents looking for an educational activity as the school year wraps up should head to the Cranbrook Institute of Science Museum. They have a new exhibit that may exhibit some interest in the young paleontologists out there. So here now to tell us all about the exhibit is Janet Balin, an educator at the museum. Just want to say good morning and thanks for joining us today.
Well, good morning and thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, so a few things that we're going to talk about is right before us, but I think it says Trilobite. Am I saying that correctly?
Trilobite Treasures. Yes,
Okay.
that's the name of our new exhibit.
Okay.
And it will be opening this Friday, so we're very excited about that.
Okay. So why are trilobites or creatures, like that, why are they so important for us to learn about?
Well, I mean, I happen to think that they're pretty darn cool, but really most importantly, they're providing a window back into deep, deep prehistory. So a time when the world was so much different than it is today. It's hard to imagine that us living here around Michigan being close to the equator and having this area being covered by a shallow sea. Really, really different animals that were developing, adapting, evolving, going extinct. And so this exhibit and others like it really give us a chance to transport back into that time.
Okay, so what could visitors, what type of examples could visitors see? I noticed you brought a few things here for the viewers to kind of check out. And this one I think we were talking about during the break that you wanted to mention.
All right. Well, this is a model here. So this is a model of a trilobite. A trilobite is an arthropod. So an arthropod is one of a very large, diverse group of invertebrates. Living arthropods today include insects, arachnids, crustaceans. The closest living relative to this guy is the horseshoe crab, but what they actually look like most of all is a woodlouse. So think about a roly-poly. So yeah, so when we have a look at these creatures then, they have lots and lots of little legs, and they were the first creatures that we believe the very first creatures to have eyes. So,
oh, okay.
Yeah.
So are they related at all to the roly-poly as far as evolution or just history goes, or it's just more so something to keep in mind as a familiar type animal?
Keeping in mind is a familiarity. So
okay.
like I said, they're not, I mean, I guess if you really, really, really go far back, but no, they're not particularly related to insects, but it's easy enough. One of the things that happened with them, so trilobites were around for about 250 million years.
Oh, wow.
So when they first came on the scene, they were just, I mean, they were incredibly plentiful. They adapted readily to all kinds of different environments, and they were extremely successful. So this adaptability was one of the cool things about them. As time went on, gradually other predators began to evolve to take advantage of these trilobites. And so as part of this, trilobites learned to roll up. Can't really see it so well from here, but maybe with this one here that they could roll themselves into a ball, looking very roly-poly-like. And actually they had a way of interlocking themselves together so that it was very, very hard to get in. And then on the underside is the breathing apparatus and the mouth, and the legs and all of those parts are protected.
So you're kind of going into what makes these pretty cool to begin with. Now,
I am.
Are these considered like fossils here?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, what we have here, so this is a real fossil over here.
Okay.
So the fossil, most trilobites would just be a few inches in length, more the size of these guys over here. So this is a real fossil. This is a cast of a very famous fossil from, I believe, the Midwest, okay? But it's showing the group of them like this in an assembly here. So we can see some of them kind of rolled up, parts of some of them, and a group of them all together like that.
So it takes us back into history.
It does indeed,
of
yes.
Life and the earth. So in addition to that, what else can visitors learn just about this exhibit here?
Well, I think one of the things that I like best is really this whole idea of the adaptations. So like I said, we think that trilobites were the first creatures to have eyes, and the eyes were covered with calcite. So normally when something's fossilized, it's the hard parts of the body that are preserved. So like today, our eyes wouldn't be fossilized because they're soft. Back then, having that calcite covering over them preserves them, so we're able to actually look up and see that they have compound eyes, just like modern insects do today. And then over time, they became more round like this, increasing the field of vision. In some areas, depending on where they were, then they could focus more to the front. In others, they could focus almost 360 degrees.
Wow.
Other kinds had no eyes at all, and the coolest ones developed eyes on the top of little stalks.
Wow, so
they could be buried underneath and still see what's going on.
Yeah, so they have like different, just different features of just how they can see. That's pretty cool.
Yes.
And we were just talking about putting it up on full screen, just the times and the dates that people could check it out. And how long will the exhibit run for?
The exhibit is opening this Friday, and it will go through September 10th. And you can find all of the best information about our opening hours and admission prices on our website. And that would be science.cranbrook.edu.
All right, that sounds pretty cool. I'm sure we're not even scratching the surface. So,
There's a lot of fun stuff about trilobites here.
Yeah.